Are you struggling to get JSR 349 bean validation to work with your Spring Boot application? You're not alone. Many developers face this challenge, and today we're going to unravel the mystery together. I understand how frustrating it can be when your validation annotations don't seem to work as expected. This is a common issue, especially when dealing with parameters like @requestParam and pathVariable. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user mentioned that they are using Spring Boot version 1.5.2 and are unable to incorporate JSR 349 for their request parameters. They found that while @valid works for Java POJOs, annotations like @notEmpty and email do not trigger validation for @requestParam @pathVariable. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So what could be going wrong here? The issue often lies in how Spring handles validation for different types of parameters. While @valid works seamlessly with Java objects, request parameters require a different approach. Stay with me, because at the end of this video, I will share a crucial tip that could save you a lot of headaches when working with Spring validation. To address the issue with JSR 349 bean validation in Spring Boot, the user should first ensure that the validation annotations are correctly applied. Specifically, the user needs to check that the @validated annotation is present on the method parameters. Next, the user should verify that the Spring Boot application is configured to support validation. This can be done by ensuring that the necessary dependencies for validation are included in the project. After confirming the dependencies, the user should check the configuration of the Spring Boot application. They need to ensure that the validation is enabled in the application context. Finally, the user should test the endpoint to confirm that validation is working as expected. They can do this by sending requests with both valid and invalid email addresses. Fun fact, did you know that the first version of Spring was released back in 2003? It has come a long way since then, but some issues still persist, like this one. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests that the issue with Spring's @validated not working may be related to controller inheritance. They found that removing any inheritance from the controller helped resolve the problem. Additionally, they mentioned that Sabir Khan's answer was helpful in addressing the problem. Here's the tip I promised. If you find that validation is still not working, consider creating a custom validation annotation. This can give you more control over how validation is applied to your parameters. And there you have it. With these steps, you should be able to get JSR 349 bean validation working for your Spring Boot application. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks.